So those of you who are feeling sad in the comments, if you had sections in your exams that we haven't done yet and so they didn't go so well, don't panic. Remember that all of these exams during the year, they make up a very small part of your end of year mark. The big mark is the end of year exam. And by the end of your exam, we will have done all our sections together. So then you will be 100% fine to go. Okay. So try and focus on the extra confidence you had in the sections in the exam that we have worked on together, and try and keep that as your goal. Okay, so we're going to do a quick recap of last week by looking at a couple of equations, and then we're going to jump into some fractions today. So I'm just going to talk you through this one in case we have any people who are completely new here and are feeling a little bit lost. And then the next one, I'm going to let you kind of work through and talk me through what the answer would be. When we're trying to solve an equation, we are trying to isolate the variable. That's our goal. Okay, so we're trying to isolate the variable. And these questions would say like solve for x or solve for the unknown variable or something along those lines. So the first thing we're wanting to do here is we're wanting to move the 16 over the equal sign. When we jump over the equal sign, our order of operation, so when I say order of operation, I mean plus, minus, times, and divide. Those are my orders of operation. Okay. When I jump over the equal sign, my order of operation is its opposite. So a plus becomes a minus becomes a plus, a times becomes a divide, and a divide becomes a times. So this is negative 16, so we're minusing 16. So when it jumps over the equal sign, it's going to become positive 16 because it's jumping over. Okay, and remember, if you're in a situation where you're looking at these numbers and you're feeling a little bit stressed because of their negative numbers and there's integers and you're like, oh, I don't know what to do, you always can use your calculator. You're always allowed to use your calculator. Okay, so now on the left-hand side, I've got 12e. Negative 40 plus 16 is going to be negative 24. And now I need to try and solve for e. Okay, when we get to this point, when we have a number that's right in front of our variable, that number is called the coefficient. Okay, and when we're trying to solve for the variable, we always divide by the coefficient of that variable. So what we're doing is we're dividing by that coefficient. And those two then cancel each other out. And so we're left with e is equal to a negative divided by a positive is a negative. 24 divided by 12 is 2. And that would be our full answer. Okay, so this is just quickly recapping what we did last week. We just brought in some simple linear equations on Thursday. Just to kind of talk you through a few things over here. Just remember what happens when our variable, when we're trying to isolate it, when we move things over the equal sign, sort of talk yourself through. But if you do things in a step-by-step process, you will always be okay. All right. Okay. So on that note, can you give this one a try for me? Oh, what do we do if they say the answer must be positive? Okay, so for example, when they say it must be positive, they're meaning I can't have negative e is equal to 2. What has to be positive is the variable. And so that's why then I would divide that by -1 and -1, and so e would be -2. So the answer is allowed to be negative. This is allowed to be negative, but this isn't allowed to be negative. We'll get to some of those now. Yeah, you're welcome to take a photo.
Screenshot time, everybody.
Okay. All right. Give it your best go. Unati said, up and ready. It's like, I got this. Alvarez close behind.
Let's do this, guys. Remember to write on your book so that you can mark it, okay? Because you need to mark it and give yourself those marks in the bag.
Okay. Let's have a look. I'm gonna give, let's see. Alvarez, I'm gonna give you a chance here.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Okay, ma'am. So first we need to open the brackets by multiplying 4 with everything that's in the brackets. 4 times 8, negative 32.
Good.
And then 4 times 3 is 12x. And then the second one, we also need to open the brackets. It's going to be positive 5x and negative 15. And then, yeah, then the negative 3, we just leave it there. And then we put the unknowns on one side and then the others on the other side.
Cool. Let me just color them in so everyone can see them. Okay. Tell me what that next line looks like.
It's going to be positive 12x minus 5x equals negative 15 minus 3 plus 32.
Good. Okay. Next line.
Okay, I really didn't think about going this far. Let me just think about it quickly.
You had him to answer, and then but you didn't finish the question.
Well done, Alvarez.
Ma'am, would you mind?
No, I'm keeping the pressure on you now. This was your fault. You put your hand up too early. So now you have to feel the pressure.
Okay, ma'am.
Everyone put a whole bunch of pressure on Alvarez now. Pressure.
You're doing good, Alvarez. You're doing good. Let's go.
No, Yolanda, you're being too nice here. Yes, Fatu. Yes, I like that energy.
What is it? 7x?
Yes, okay, good. 7x is equal to?
7x, negative 18. Negative 18 plus 32. Yo.
Alvarez, calculator. Alvarez, quickly. Calculate
No,
it.
I'm trying to calculate this with my brain, man.
No, use your calculator, Alvarez. That's what they do.
Wow. I wasn't even told I could use a calculator. But
you can always use a calculator.
Okay, just give me a second. Negative 15 minus 3 plus 32. And a negative 14.
Good. Okay.
And then you divide 7 by 14 on both sides.
No, that by 7 on both sides.
Oh, 7 and 7 cancel. Good. And then 14 divided by 7 is 2.
Beautiful. Nice job.
Nice one.
Okay, the hands that are up, if they are up to ask a question, keep them up. If they were up to answer, then you can drop them down. But if they were up to ask a question, then keep them up for me and I'll go through them. Okay, Nkateko, how can I help?
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Okay, ma'am. I felt so confident about my answer, but it's wrong.
Okay, tell me where.
How did you get the 14? Because what I did, after 12x minus 5x, I said equals to 36 minus 15 minus 3.
All that happened was you wrote this wrong. You wrote that as 36, but it's 32.
That's why everything was wrong.
That's it. That's the only thing.
Oh.
I'm so happy for you, Kateko, for finding that one out. Well done, girl. Using that multiplied by negative 8.
Oh, yeah. Mistake. Thank you.
Cool, no problem. Okay, cool. Sorted. Let's move on to our next one. Okay, one more, which is like sort of, oh, this one doesn't have an equal sign. This is not an equation currently. It's just an expression. Okay, let's say it is equal to, there we go. Okay, last one, which is like sort of revision from last week Thursday, and then we're going to jump into some fractions.
We can do this, guys. Let's go. Remember, write it on your paper, on your book. Alvarez, on fire. Are you already done? Or you
I feel like this must be a question. Is this a question, Alvarez?
No, ma'am, it's not a question. I would like
Well,
to
you're going to give me the
answer.
answer. Okay, I'm going to give the limelight onto Inati for this one because I stole it away from her in the last one. But
Yes,
get your
ma'am.
hand ready for the rest of them, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Inati, my love.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Talk me through what to do.
Ma'am, but first, was it wrong if I multiplied the 3 inside the bracket?
No, this 3 definitely does multiply it.
Okay. Ma'am, so what I first did was multiply the 3 inside the bracket.
Okay. So we said 2x plus.
3x minus 6.
Good. Tell me the
Ma'am,
rest of what that line's going to look like.
equals
Oh, don't
2.
forget the minus 4.
Ma'am, and then it's going to equal to negative 2 plus 4.
Good. Okay. Let's now find our things that are the same as each other. So we've got x's over there, and then we've got our numbers over here. Okay. So tell me what's going to happen now.
Ma'am, so you're going to write on the left-hand side, you're going to write 2x plus 3x plus 2x
Good.
equals
Equals.
4 plus 6 plus 4.
Good.
So, ma'am, it's going to be 7x equals to 14.
Beautiful.
Then you're going to divide it by 7 on both sides. And then since the 7s cancel out each other, only x is going to be left. And 14 divided by 7 is 2.
Yay! Well done.
Oh, beautifully done. Well
Nice.
done.
Okay, guys, so that's a recap of last week. Does anyone have any questions or something that they would like to ask or anything about these ones that you can see so far before we bring in fractions? Yeah, you got it right. That's awesome.
Time is now or forever.
Yeah.
hold your breath.
Exactly. If you have questions or you're feeling uncertain or you're needing something, this is the time to tell us. Yeah, this one was just a little bit longer. Well, you get to the same answer. It was just written in a bit of a different way. Tiana, yes, how can I be of service?
Ma'am, say you get your answer there. Like in there, there's like a decimal answer. Is it still right?
If you have an answer that would be a decimal, always leave it as a fraction when you're dealing with equations. So always rather have an answer that's a fraction. Don't convert it into a decimal.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Okay. Cool. Let's move on. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start bringing in some fractions. Now, we brought in a question similar to this when we started doing these on Tuesday, and we kind of worked our way around it without having to deal with the lowest common denominator. But we're going to do this with a common denominator so that when we get to ones like this, then it makes life a bit easier. Okay, so I'm going to kind of talk you through this one a little bit. When we have a question like this, our first goal, our first goal is whenever you have a whole number, put it over 1. Okay, so whenever there's a whole number, put it over 1 so that everything becomes a fraction. Okay, because we want to have fractions in this case. So the first situation here is if we have a whole number, then just put it over 1. Okay. Now, our second goal is we need to find a lowest common denominator. So we need a common denominator, all right? In this case, it's nice and easy. We can see our common denominator would be 4. So if I'm looking at this question, at the moment, this has a denominator of 1. So if it had a denominator of 4, I need to multiply it by 4. And what we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. Okay, this has got a 1 and we need it to have a denominator of 4. So what we do to the bottom, we do to the top. And then we're going to write this out exactly like that. So what we have is we've got x over 4 plus 2 times 4, which is 8 over 4, which is equal to 7 times 4, which is 28 over 4. Okay, so we want to get a common denominator. Then our third step here is once we have a common denominator. Okay, so it has to be across all of our things in the fraction. We drop it. So once we have a common denominator, we drop it. And this is very important. We can only do this in equations. We can't do this anywhere else when we're dealing with fractions, but when we have a fraction equation, we're allowed to do this. So then I'm allowed to write it as x plus 8 is equal to 28. So all I did there was I dropped my LCD. Exactly, we're finding the LCD to get rid of the fraction. That's exactly what we're doing, Alvarez. So this step over here, you don't even have to write once you found it. It's just some people find it easier to write. Okay, once we've got that LCD and we've written it as a, then we just have a normal linear equation. And so then we can solve for x. Okay, and we just do it the same way we would do any other equation. So here I'm going to move this 8 over here. So it's jumping over the equal sign. So it's going to change from a plus to a minus. And I'm going to see therefore x is equal to 28 minus 8, which is 20. And that would be my final answer. So these are sort of the steps we follow when we start dealing with these. Okay, let's go to some questions. Tando, how can I help?
Sorry, ma'am, I wanted to ask, is it okay if I did it like this? Can I say how I did it? So I said x over 4 plus 2 is equal to 7, right? So I first transposed the 2 and then when it went to the other side, then it became negative, right? So we have x over 4 is equal to 7 minus 2. And then I put x over 4 down and then I put 1 as a denominator for 5. And then I cross multiplied. So x times 1 is x and 4 times 5 is 20.
Totally fine to do that. I was just showing this method because when we have denominators in more than one place, then we can't do that way anymore. So that's definitely the nicest, quickest way to do it when we only have one fraction that we're worrying about. But when we have more fractions, then we're going to need to find it out.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Okay. Nkateko, how can I help?
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask if I'll get it wrong if I said 4 because I got the lowest common denominator, and then ma'am I said 4 and then I did my brackets, then I said x over 4, then plus 4 my brackets again, then 2 over 1 and then equals to 4 my brackets again, 7 over 1.
Totally fine. 100% fine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, for the question that came in through the chat just now, how did we get this 28? This 28 came from saying 7 times 4, because at the moment it was 7 over 1, and the 1 had its denominator was just 1, and so if we wanted it to have a denominator of 4, we needed to multiply the 1 by 4, so we need to multiply the 7 by 4. So that's how we got the 28. Okay, cool. So I'm not going to help you hugely. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start by putting that over 1.
Let's try it, guys. Everybody must be writing, and Alvarez is on fire, of course. His hand is already up. So you
trust that that answer can be done already. I feel distrustful. Sorry, guys. I just got to put some lights on because it's getting dark.
Alvarez says, I'm very fast, ma'am. I feel like it has some twist in it, Alvarez. Ooh,
Like it's I know it's the competition between Unati and Alvarez tonight. Okay.
Remember to always write it on your book so you can do corrections. You can see your mistake and correct it. Well done to everybody who's trying.
Amber, I feel the same. I feel certain that's what he's doing as well. I feel sure. Because the question was like just on the screen. All right, Alvarez. Talk us through it.
Okay, ma'am. So first things first, we need to find the LCD. The LCD is 6, and then we need to multiply 2x times 6, and then we also need to
LCD
multiply.
6. Is that the lowest common denominator?
Was it 3? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, my bad. Okay, yeah, it's 3, ma'am. So you need to multiply 2x and 3. Then you need to multiply 3 and 3, and then you also need to multiply 3 and 3, and then you also need to multiply 5 and 3, and then 1 and 3.
So I think that's the only one I need to multiply by 3.
Oh, okay.
Do you agree with that or do you not agree with that?
I genuinely don't know, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're doing. So you're just doing it differently in your school. So you found your LCD and you're just multiplying all of your terms by that LCD.
Oh.
No, that's fine. That's totally fine. I just wanted to
Oh.
sort of just check with what you were doing. Okay. Yeah. Carry on.
Okay. Then 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 3 is 3. Then you say x over 3 minus 2x over 3. And you say 15 over 3 as well.
Good.
This is the part where I'm now lost. I completely forgot everything. I'm so lost.
Okay, now we just drop the
Alvarez is
LCD.
the best, guys.
Oh, x minus 2x equals 15.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. Keep going. What's x minus 2x?
It's x. What? Isn't it? Oh, it's 0.
Use your calculator, Alvarez.
What's 1 minus 2?
1 minus 2 is 1.
Is negative 1.
Negative 1. Oh, okay.
Use your
my bad.
calculator.
And then we can't have a negative answer. So
Oh,
we're
then we
going to
have to-
divide that by
yes,
negative.
ma'am.
Okay, so then x is going to equal negative 15.
Well done, Alvarez.
That was an interesting journey we went on, but we got to where we needed to get to. Tiana, how can I help?
So I did something very stupid. I put the x by the 5 and I never saw there was no x there. And I put the x by the 5. My answer was negative 17x.
Okay,
Oh,
so
no. And that's wrong because there was an x there.
yeah.
I
I think things went a bit sideways there. Told us 1x doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, so okay, Alvarez, absolutely. And some teachers are super picky about that, so definitely do like what your teacher wants you to do. 1x is exactly the same as x, so writing it either way is the same as it's the same. It's the same as like saying 5 is the same as saying 5 over 1. It's the same thing. So some teachers don't mind if you write 1x or x, and some teachers are very particular with how they will, and they only want you to write x. So do exactly what your teacher tells you to do. Okay. Okay, let's try see what these other questions are. Neo, I haven't heard from you tonight. How can I help? No? Hello?
Ma'am,
Mm.
I don't understand the way you got like the exponents from 5x3. Like I don't understand.
Okay, so what we're doing here is we're trying to find a lowest common denominator. So we want all of these denominators to be the same. Okay, they both have 3's, and I need this 1 to be a 3. So I'm going to times it by 3. But in a fraction, whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top.
Okay.
And so that's why this becomes 3 and this becomes 15.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Inkateko, how can I help?
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask a question.
Sure.
You didn't change the denominators of the other numbers, whatever you
The
call
first
it.
two, because they
'Cause
were already 3.
Oh,
So
so
they were
ma'am,
what I wanted already.
okay.
Yeah? No?
Then
But carry on. No, if you are you sure?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, okay. I'll ask you this question on
Yeah.
Thursday.
You can ask now.
Okay, ma'am, I was given this other sum where it was
Oh,
like
is it not to do
3.
with this?
Yes.
Okay,
It's
then yeah,
similar.
ask me on Thursday.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Oh, it's brain break time. Okay, for those of you who are new, we're gonna do a quick brain break. And it's just something funny or weird or something where you have to figure something out. So we're gonna do a quick brain break and we're gonna see if you can get to the answer. Exactly, Alvarez. Maths is everything. Maths filters into everything about everything. It is the answer. Maths is the answer. Okay.
Everybody.
I want to know what the answer is here. I want to know what this is. Rob a bank for a living. No.
Let's go, Jordan. Let's do this.
Ah, you guys are too quick.
Oh.
So quick.
Yeah, that was so fast. I wonder if they have it somewhere, stored somewhere.
I'm still blaming TikTok. I'm blaming TikTok for all of this. Okay. So I know, guys, I have to leave you for grade 10 because our hour disappears. It's not that I'm here for 20 minutes and then I'm like, okay, cheers, guys, we're going to grade 10. Okay, so this one over here, I can't give you riddles anymore because you've heard all my riddles on TikTok. It's just backwards. So our answer would be 0, 3. Oh, it's too obvious. Oh, I'm so sad. I really thought it would get some people. Okay, 5 times 3 is 15, and so written the other way around is 51. 5 times 5 is 25, and so written the other way is 52. 4 times is 20. I'm sure you're seeing it now. So 5 times 6 is 30, so written backwards would be 0, 3. Oh, I made it too easy. Okay, on Thursday, I'm going to give you a maths question and I'm going to find a riddle, but I'm going to find a riddle that's like really old that won't be on TikTok. That's my current mission for Thursday. Okay.
Nice, well done.
Okay, let's have another look at these questions. So now, okay. The only difference here is that instead of having the same number across all of them, now I've got different ones. So let's I'm not going to do this one for you. I do want you to kind of work through it a little bit, but let's work through sort of some of it. So if my denominators are 4, 3, and 1, then what would my lowest common denominator be? Cool, exactly. My lowest common denominator would be 12, okay? So then we sort of think this through and we're like, well, if it's 12, that means I would need to multiply that by 3, okay? I'd need to multiply that by 4, and I need to multiply that by 12. Okay. So give this a go. Oh, Amber, I'm not on TikTok. I'm too old to have TikTok. I wouldn't know what I'm doing. If I was on TikTok, I would just have cat videos. I'm fairly certain.
Yes, I'm proud of Nogubonga. Nogubonga has to be focused. We all need to be focused.
2 more examples of the algebraic expressions. Nokobonga, which ones are you meaning? I'm uncertain. Too old. No, I'm too old. I've accepted it. It's okay.
Unati's on fire over here.
I know. I'm trying to give the others some time to catch up. Okay, Unati, let's go. Oh, wait, Unati, I'm going to be horrible. And I'm going to, because I have these other hands that have popped up now and I want to give them a go.
On this question.
Okay, this is your last one for tonight. And then I'm going to be giving my mic off to everyone else.
No, ma'am, then it's fine.
So you want to do the next one?
Unati's
one.
Okay, Unati, I will keep you. So you still get one more question tonight. Okay. So I'm keeping you on the back burner. You get one more. And I'm going to go to Timbela. We have not heard from you. Are you going to give us our answer? Sweetheart, can you talk a little bit closer to your mic for us?
Okay. Can you hear me,
there we go. Yeah, now I can.
I said 3x
Good.
12
Yeah.
minus 8x over 12
Good.
equals to 60 over 12.
Beautiful.
Then I said 3x minus 8x equals to,
Good.
then 3x minus 8x is negative 5x
Good.
equals to 60. Then divide negative 5x on both sides,
Good.
which is when it's x equals to negative 12.
Beautiful. Well done.
Well done, Timbela.
Yay. Nice
That's
job.
brilliant.
Awesome. And it was lovely hearing from you. Thanks for volunteering. Okay. Cool. If anyone needs a picture, take a picture, and we're going to move on to our next one.
Screenshots. That nice.
No, I can't do the bow anymore because you guys told me that it looks like I'm decapitating them. So now the bows can't be drawn anymore.
No, you just get a Christmas hat.
Yeah, you get a Christmas hat. That's it. No more bows. Yeah, because my bows just get shade from everyone. And then they feel sad. I don't even know how to draw SpongeBob. Is that SpongeBob? Does that work? Here we go.
Hashtag bring that.
Bring back a bow.
You guys are awesome. I love this class.
Oh, crown. Okay, Tiana, that's not a bad idea. I'll make a crown in our next one. You see, now I'm being told SpongeBob looks like cheese. Okay. All right. I'm just trying to see our time. I wonder if I can give you something nasty yet. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I want to talk you through one like this. Because it's a little bit different. We just need to be careful with a few things, and then I'm going to give you one to try by yourself. So for this one, just try and listen and focus. Okay. We're going to do the same thing where we need to find an LCD. So we need to find a lowest common denominator. And in this case, our LCD would be 10. Okay. So we have to look at these and we have to think, what do we have to do to get them to be 10? Well, I need to multiply that by 2. I need to multiply that by 5. And I need to multiply that by 10. Now, because there are more than one term in my numerator, we need to bind them together with brackets. Okay, so we're going to bind anything where I have more than one term in a numerator, we're going to bind them together with brackets. And then we're going to put whatever we're multiplying it by at the front of that bracket. Okay, so what this lands up looking like is 2 times 2x plus 1 minus 5 times x plus 1 that's over 10, that's over 10, and that's equal to 1 times 10, which is 10 over 10. Okay, so the important difference here is that we're putting them in these brackets and we're multiplying the number at the front. Okay, and the reason we do that is because otherwise our signs get really nasty. Next step, we do the same as we were doing. We drop the denominator. So I'm going to have 2 times 2x plus 1 minus 5 times x plus 1 is equal to 10. Now I'm going to do my distribution. So I'm going to multiply that 2 in, get 4x plus 2, multiply this negative 5 in, negative 5x minus 5, and that's equal to 10. And I want to get together what I want. So I want the x's on one side, and I want my numbers on the other side. Because we need its denominator to be 10. That's why we need to multiply that 1 by 10. Okay. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to have 4x minus 5x. And on the right-hand side, I'm going to have 10 plus 5 minus 2. So 4x minus 5x is going to give me negative x. And then 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 minus 2 is 13. We're going to divide by negative 1. So x is equal to negative 13. Exactly. What you do to the bottom, you do to the top. That's exactly it. Okay. And that would be our final answer in this situation. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about what they are currently seeing on the board? Renati, is this a question?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Hi.
may I please? Actually, no, ma'am, it's not a question.
Okay.
It's not. But
Are you
ma'am,
sure?
I was saying, ma'am, may you please give me the next question?
Okay. Let's see. Let's see if anyone's hand beats you.
Ah, ma'am, but you promised me.
I'm just trying to share the love a little bit so that everyone gets a go.
But you said one more question.
Okay, yeah, one more. So the next one is yours, and then I'm gonna pass the mic over. Okay. Okay. Hands that are up. Are these questions where these hands are up? If they're not, just pop them down for me for a bit. Okay, Fikile, can I help? No. Okay. Fatu, do you have a question?
Yes, ma'am, I have a question.
Sure.
I wanted to ask, would it be wrong if you simplified the numerator first before dropping the denominators?
So we can't simplify we can't simplify them because we can't add 2x plus 1 because they're not like terms, and we can't add x plus 1.
No,
Oh,
ma'am,
you mean at this step here?
Yes.
That's fine, totally fine.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's get going. Let's see how you go. Here is your question. Before you fall for the trap, remember that's 1 over 1.
Hey, Unati, all the best, girl. I'm cheering for you.
She's probably like, oh no, what have I done?
You're allowed to withdraw, Unati, but I've been you.
I know, guys, but remember, things are always more tough when it's your exam because it's stressful. And when you're stressed, your brain doesn't think properly. You'll be fine, Unati, I promise. And you get to choose any smiley face you want or animal. I'm fairly certain I could draw an animal of some sort. Maybe. You will be fine tomorrow, Tamelo. Lots of people who are writing, it seems, tomorrow. Oh, an anteater. Now that would be very difficult. Okay, we are ready for you.
Okay.
Tell me how to start.
Ma'am, I'm not sure if my LCG is correct.
What did you
But-
make it?
Ma'am, I made it 16, so that all of it is.
We can make it something a bit smaller than 16.
Ma'am, 8.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay, ma'am.
let's go.
Ma'am, so the next step will be, okay, sorry, 2
Good.
bracket x plus 3 over 8
Yeah.
minus x plus 2 over 8,
And we need to keep that in brackets.
and then it's gonna be, since to get the 2 to 8, you have to times by 4,
Good.
so it's gonna be 4x.
Good. And then our last term.
Ma'am, it's gonna be 8 over 8.
Good. Good. Okay. So now the trap with this one, guys, was not putting this in brackets because it's a 1. So often we forget to put that in brackets and then our signs are going to be wrong. So if you didn't put that in brackets, make sure you have now, highlight it and make sure you see what to do. Okay, next step, tell me what to do.
Ma'am, then you're gonna multiply the 2 inside the bracket.
Okay.
So it's gonna be 2x plus 6
Yeah.
minus x plus 2.
Oh, you're in my trap.
Minus 2. Sorry, minus
Thank
2
you, thank you, thank you.
equals 4x minus 8.
Okay.
And then, ma'am, you're gonna get your number.
Variables.
Yes, ma'am, to the same side. So it's gonna be 2x minus x minus 4x
Good.
equals negative 8 minus 6 minus 2
Minus 2.
plus 2,
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
ma'am. So the answer is gonna be negative 3x equals to 0. Oh, wait. Sorry, ma'am.
It's okay.
Ma'am, you
Use
where's my calculator?
Yeah. Your calculator's your friend.
Minus 6 plus. Ma'am, it's gonna be negative 12.
Good.
Then you're gonna divide by negative 3 on both sides.
Good.
So x is gonna equal to 4.
Beautiful. What type of smiley face or animal do you want, Nati?
Oh, Nati, well done. Well done.
Ma'am, can you please draw a sticker with heart eyes?
With heart eyes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 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 okay. Yes, I can do that. All right. So we're going to have the face, and then we're going to have hearts for eyes. And it's going to be happy. Look at that. Guys,
Well done, Nati.
was that not the most beautiful? Yay.
Smiley face. Full of
Thank
heart.
you, guys. Okay. Tiana, how can I help?
Ma'am, so I need to practice this. Now I'm asking you to please give me a sum. So like the class is ending now, probably. Probably.
I will give you another one to do after this, okay?
Yes, thank you.
I will make a heart bow. Look at that. I've just upgraded my artistic skills. Timbela, can I help?
Ma'am, here, the first step you made, I don't get how we got the LCD as
So we just look at all of these numbers here. So we've got 4, 8, and 2, and we look for the lowest common multiple of them. So we basically say we want them all to be the same. and how could we get them all to be the same? So we could have 16, but then there's something we could do that's lower. So we just look at these, and if I was to write the multiples of them, I would have, oh, sorry, just get a bit of a thinner pen happening over here. Okay, if I was looking at the multiples of 4, it would be 4, 8, 12, 16, so on. Okay, the multiples of 8 would be 8, 16, 24. The multiples of 2 would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we're looking for the first number where they're all the same as each other.
Oh, okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, cool. Okay, last one for you guys to do tonight. Let's do this one. And then I'll put some on the board that you can try. Let's see who feels good with this question. Alvarez, there's no ways you have done it already. Give yourself a chance first. First, finish it.
You didn't even write any single thing on your book.
Just remember in your maths exams, guys, the most important thing in your maths exam is to stay calm. As soon as you're not calm, your brain doesn't think the way it's needing to think. So you stay calm. If you hit a question that's really rattling you, you put a star next to it and you come back to it when you're at the end. But if you're rattled in your head, you're going to make stupid mistakes. So just keep yourself calm. Don't look at how much people next to you are writing or how fast they're writing. Just think to yourself.
Last one, guys. Last one for the day. Let's do this.
Chai. Is that a word? Is that what the youth say? Okay. Good to know. Alvarez, I'm gonna give Yusuf a try because I haven't heard from him tonight. So I'm sorry. Sorry. Just because I haven't heard. Yeah, you're teaching me the language of the youth. Okay. Yusuf, talk us through. What are we going to do?
Good evening, ma'am. I rose my hand by mistake.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So do you not feel confident to do this?
Yes, we can help you out.
Ma'am, I wrote the question down, but I didn't write anything.
Okay. I'll move on to the next person. Thank you for your honesty, though. Okay. Timbela, it might be your time to shine. Can you talk us through?
Ma'am, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah.
My LCD was
I'm sort of losing you a little bit. You just came in and out there. So I just heard my LCD is
15.
There we go. Okay, nice. Cool. Next step.
Then was gonna times the lower numbers by first one 5 times 3. Then
Good.
it's 3 times 5.
Good.
Then it's 5 times 3 again.
Yes.
Then 3 times 5.
Good. Okay. What does my next line look like?
It's 3x over 15.
So it's now going to be 9x over 15 because we have to times it by 3.
Ma'am, I did it totally different.
Okay.
I did the longest step.
Okay. I'm gonna talk through this one, but don't panic. Okay. But thank you for the first bit. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Well done,
Okay.
Tamina.
Yeah. So when we get to this point here, we're just trying to write where we're at. So now I'm going to write 5 and then x plus 1, and that's all over 15. And that's equal to 3 times 3, which is 9 over 15. And then 5 times x, which is 5x over 15. Okay, so now all of them are over 15. So I have a common denominator. So now I'm just going to write out without my denominator. So I'm going to have 9x. I'm going to multiply this negative 5 in. So negative 5x minus 5 is equal to 9 plus 5x. Okay. Then we need to start moving things around. So we've got these x's chilling. We want them to be on the same side. And we want our numbers to be on the same side. So I'm going to have 9x minus 5x, and this 5x is going to move over to be minus 5x, and that's equal to 9 plus 5. So we have 9 minus 10, which is going to give us negative 1x, is equal to 14. And so therefore x is equal to negative 14. And we're done. How nice.
Ooh, thank you, Teacher Jenny. We learned.
Okay. And on that lovely note, I'm leaving you with Yolanda so you guys can do your poll, and I will see you all on Thursday. Okay.
Hey, guys.